Magical treats taste great, but justice and equality taste better. To combat hate, all ad revenue from my HB Kitchen will be donated to trans and LGBTQ charities. Thank you for supporting the kitchen and helping make the world a better place. Mischief managed.
Hello witches, wizards, and those who have just escaped from Azkaban. Welcome back to my Harry Potter Kitchen, the YouTube series where we're baking our way through the Harry Potter books, creating magical recipes for each and every item of food and drink that we find inside. If you missed last week's recipe where we served up some sorting hat cauldron cakes that you can cut into and reveal your Hogwarts house, then check out the link down below in the description to catch up. And if you're new to the kitchen and you want to see some more Harry Potter recipes, then hit that subscribe button, click on the notification bell, and you'll get an alert every Magic Monday when there's a brand new recipe. Speaking of which, there is plenty more on the way, so let's make some magic. The train has stopped on the way back to Hogwarts, the Dementors have come on and Harry has fainted, but he comes round and we see Professor Lupin was breaking an enormous slab of chocolate into pieces. Not a bad treat to wake up to. This chocolate will have Harry feeling better in no time. Lupin is here to save the day and he has bought treats, so he is definitely my favourite professor at the moment. We're going to create his famous chocolate by giving them an extra dose of magic and turning them into some Hogwarts House inspired chocolate bars because we haven't had quite enough house pride yet. I'm going to show you how to make 4 different varieties of chocolate bars. We're going to make them pretty big slabs so you can either break them up and give them to your friends or just tuck in and enjoy them yourself. We're going to start this off by tempering our chocolate to make sure we get that lovely glossy shine and a good snap to it. I'm going to do the full temper method for this recipe, but you can also use a half temper method if you prefer, and I'll leave the tips for that on my blog. For the full temper method, you want to begin by chopping up your chocolate into chunks. I'm using 3 different types of chocolate in these chocolate bars: white, milk, and dark. The process is pretty much the same for each, so feel free to pick your favourite. I'm then going to place those into a bowl over simmering water and gently heat until all of the chocolate has melted. Once the chocolate is lovely and smooth, I'm then going to pour that onto my surface. I find it easiest to do this on a glass cake stand, but you can also do it on a worktop or a tempering board. Tempering is then the process of gently cooling that chocolate down to the perfect temperature, making sure that all of those sugar crystals set in the right place for us to get a beautiful shine and a nice snap. Keep on working the chocolate out to the edges and bringing it back in to make sure it doesn't spill over. It should take about 5 to 10 minutes and you'll notice the consistency and shine change. But if you want to be extra precise, then you're looking for a temperature of around 30 degrees Celsius or 85 Fahrenheit. At this point, you can scrape the chocolate off into a jug or bowl. So if you've ever wondered how to temper chocolate, now you know it's nowhere near as scary as it sounds. All it takes is a little bit of practice and then you're good to go. To make these some Hogwarts house inspired chocolate bars, I'm going to decorate the bottom of the mould before we pour the chocolate in. Remember, we'll then flip those out so the bottom will actually be the top. And you can go wild here and use any toppings you like. I'm going to use a mix of candies, nuts and some food colouring gel just to add a little extra element of magic. Let me know which one of these is your favourite. Our Gryffindor chocolate bars are going to have some vibrant cranberries and fiery ginger in there too. Get yourself your chocolate mould, assemble all of the toppings inside, and then I'm going to slowly pour over the tempered dark chocolate. Neaten the edges and then I'm going to pop that to one side to cool at room temperature. Before a busy day of studying, our Ravenclaws would want to get some cereal in, so I'm decorating their chocolate bars with some Rice Krispies, blue chocolate pieces and some sprinkles. I've spread these over the chocolate moulds and then poured some tempered milk chocolate over that. Clean up and set to one side. Our Slytherin chocolate bars are going to be made out of white chocolate, so I'm going to use some edible food paint just to give it a little bit of extra colour. I'm painting the bottom of the chocolate mould and then adding on the toppings, which is going to be some dried coconut and some green chocolate pieces. Once you're happy with the decoration, you can then slowly pour over the white chocolate. Smooth over the edges and then pop that to one side. And our Hufflepuff chocolate bar is going to be made from white chocolate, almonds and apricots. To give an extra pop of colour, I'm adding in some yellow edible food paint to the bottom before topping with the apricots and almonds. Pour over your tempered white chocolate, smooth over and pop to one side. Once all of your chocolate has cooled nicely, you can then pop those into the fridge to set fully. This should take between half an hour to an hour. While your Hogwarts House Chocolate Bars are setting, you can have a quick think about how you want to serve them up or prepare them as a gift for your favourite witch or wizard. You can either wrap them in wax paper or some plastic wrap and they will be the perfect birthday present. You can wrap them up for Halloween if you're having a Harry Potter themed party, or just stash them in your cupboard for when you're having a rainy day. Once you're happy with the set on your chocolate bars, you can then remove them from the fridge and carefully peel them out of your silicone mould. If you did have any chocolate spilling over the edges, you can quickly use a sharp knife to neaten them up, and then your Hogwarts House chocolate bars are good to go. You can keep these fresh by wrapping them in plastic wrap or tuck in straight away, because you never know when the Dementors might arrive. Our giant Hogwarts House inspired chocolate bars are complete, and whichever house you belong to, just follow your taste buds and let me know down below in the comments which one really takes your fancy. That's all for this week's recipe, but if you want to see more from my Harry Potter kitchen, make sure you hit that subscribe button, click on the notification bell, and you'll get an alert every Magic Monday when we have a brand new Harry Potter recipe to tuck into. Speaking of which, these chocolate bars need to be devoured, so I'll see you next week.